foundry, packaging, test. They all play a leading role in our industry like no other ecosystem in the world. They have a unique symbiotic relationship that really drives and shapes the future of semis. In that spirit, NXP partnered with TSMC, a strong ecosystem partner, to develop technologies that is going to set the direction of industries. Last year, we announced our first 5-nanometer development with TSMC to develop automotive processors. They're meant to influence the architecture, the future architecture of the software vehicle. We're also developing different types of technologies, adjacent technologies. We just announced the first auto-grade 60-nanometer non-volatile MRAM. Another great example, another Taiwanese partner of ours, Foxconn. Rich talent for shaping ecosystems. There are many industries, consumer electronics, networking, computers. They have a unique ability to mix their hardware and software expertise with the manufacturing. Foxconn redefines categories. Our partnership with Foxconn and automotive is aimed to push and drive innovation in electrification, push innovation in UWB's car access. It pushes the innovation in cockpit telematics. This decision by Foxconn, it's not a one-off, it's not a point solution. It's a very strategic decision made, and it's a broad initiative to drive the future vehicle architecture, drive the ecosystem, shape the ecosystem. The population of the world is going to increase, estimated to increase, but 2 billion people in the next 30 years. 2 billion people. We need products to get to the market faster. We need a strong infrastructure, more resilience, higher productivity. And then you have connecting all these corners, the makers, companies like us, semiconductors, software, OEMs. OEMs like Schneider. Schneider computing is very desirable. You create this hardware accelerator that is independent, and you offload the main CPU from doing this heavy computations needed for the inference, for the decision you're about to make. The issue is that for the most part, accelerated computers have been relegated to high-end microprocessors. And that's a problem. That's an issue, because it's needed everywhere. High and low. That means microcontrollers need this capability. So, NXP just launched our family of products, the MCXN family of products, with an integrated NXP designed neural processing unit. And obviously it's for MCUs, so it's optimized for MCU usage. It can do machine learning applications like facial recognition, voice recognition, anomaly detection. This achievement, I would say this milestone, this is a milestone, was recognized by the Tiny ML Foundation, and they gave us the award for the best machine learning MCU this year at Embedded World. You will see a lot more of this capability in the NXP MCU families. Now, machine learning is a paradigm shift from a software development perspective. It's complex. And for the most part today, it's being taken advantage by big companies. Companies that are able to invest in the tools and the resources. And that's a problem. It's a problem because many companies are being left out of a really good capability. It shouldn't be the case. When we think about it, you should be able to download an SDK, download the applications, and use it as part of your development process. And we recognize that's not the case. We recognize that's not the case. Today, a developer will have to build the models, will have to train the models. You probably have to optimize the models to work in that target hardware. And then sometimes the models need to be, and the model parameters need to be tweaked iteratively. And it's complex. It's complex. But our goal is to bridge that complexity. Our goal is to actually eliminate that complexity. So we develop a machine learning development environment. We call it EIQ, stands for Edge Intelligence, where you can simplify the process I just talked. The developer can create the model, train the model, download models if they have them available. They have an inference engine that is optimized for NXP processors. It allows the developer also to compare algorithms. So the home is no longer a static space. It's an ecosystem that is providing more convenience, more efficiency, more pleasant living environment for the user. You know, every year devices come in smart home and they have more features, more capability, more sensors. They're just a dynamic, innovative market. And despite that innovation, we still don't have a smart home. So what's the answer? The answer, by many of the big platforms that are at the center of the home, companies like Google, Apple, Amazon, Samsung, obviously NXP is here, is Matter. Matter is a universal language, application language that works on top of existing technology like Wi-Fi, like Thread. This provides that vision of true plug and play. It becomes a reality. A consumer can go purchase a device of any brand, any OEM, as long as it has the Matter logo, bring it to their home, connect it to the Matter network, and it works. So we recognize the power, the value that could be unlocked with this universal language. So NXP started developing and joined industry leaders to develop the Matter protocol. We also started developing, from a semiconductor perspective, tons of products for the smart home. Processing, connectivity, security.
And with all of that investment, you have to be careful that you're securing it, you're protecting your investment. These edge systems are under threat. For example, in the manufacturing space, about 23% of ransomware attacks were on manufacturing last year. And this is getting, with AI, with ML, you're actually increasing the surfaces as well. So this is mostly for brownfield deployments, older technologies. They have more susceptibility, vulnerabilities, but you're also seeing it as a very large lucrative